right. Let's do a few more. Let's do a couple of stories before we get to Joshua. So let's just start with a little bit of a palate cleanser. Guys, if an election is held in November, it is very likely at this point that Joe Biden will be elected president. If anybody could snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, it's the Democrats. They're an enormously unpopular party. They're led by, utterly reprehensible, repulsive people. Obviously, the Republicans are a reprehensive, grotesque death cult. But look, there are as much as these things are not preordained and there are political dynamics, there also are just some laws that start to kick in. And if you're looking at going into November with potentially over 30% unemployment, a pandemic that has ripped through this country, killing at this point over 80,000 people. And sadly, we all know that number is going to get a lot higher. And that's the official number. And an economic fallout like that, the incumbent party is going to get punished. And I say this as somebody who thought even several weeks ago, look, the Democrats are an absolute disaster. They're a messaging disaster. They're a strategic disaster. They're a policy disaster on every single level. If somehow this could even get slightly mitigated in terms of economic fallout and some coherent response, I think Trump could not only survive it, I think it could even add to his reelection. But you know what? It's not happening. They are too ideological. They're too freaked out. They're too incoherent. Trump is too much of a neurotic, freaked out basket case to follow any one strategy. And he's having a meltdown about the stock market and the poll numbers and whatever else. And they are in serious electoral trouble. And when you're in serious electoral trouble, you go back to the well. And the well for Donald Trump, going back to the fucking racist birther shit. The only reason that we even know this asshole as a politician is whatever kind of fetish obsession he has with Barack Obama. Here he is at a news conference, I believe it was earlier today. And a lot of you might be wondering, as Will Menaker says, here's a pretty good Obamagate explainer for anyone who wants to catch up.
Mr. President, in one of your Mother's Day tweets, you appear to accuse President Obama of the biggest political crime in American history by far. Those were your words. What crime exactly are you accusing President Obama of committing, and do you believe the Justice Department should prosecute him?
Obamagate. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected. And it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now all of this information that's being released, and from what I understand, that's only the beginning. Some terrible things happened, and it should never be allowed to happen in our country again. And you'll be seeing what's going on over the coming weeks. But I wish you'd write honestly about it, but unfortunately, you choose not to do so. Yeah, John, please.
Crime. What is the crime exactly that you're accusing him of?
You know what the crime is. The crime is very obvious to everybody. All you have to do is read the newspapers, except yours. John, please.
Mr. President, in one of your
oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, and this is, look, guys, this is always the thing to figure out with this. Because, look, is Bill Barr an authoritarian? Is there a serious, and I don't mean like in the sense that we say, hey, how much of America is really a democracy? And, the process is, let's look at the base and the superstructure and how policy is actually made. And I get all of that. But there's absolutely a tendency in the Republican Party and in the global right wing right now to formally roll back even the limited and paltry formal democracy we have. So that's totally in the Trump White House. There's no doubt about it. Mm-hmm. And so when he starts talking like this, it is connected to an actual threat. On the other hand, it's fucking hilarious. And, whatever, if you're thinking about this election, look, those numbers are not getting any better. And he's freaking out. And this shit only appeals to the type of people who would already go and infect themselves with corona because like they want the wall. Like, you know, so I mean, it's not going anywhere. I mean, this is actually really this is pretty embarrassing and pathetic stuff, honestly, a couple of months out of the election.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's looking significantly weaker. And I mean, you know, to be fair, Trump always seemed weak to a lot of pundits and stuff like that. But I mean, this is exceptionally for Donald Trump.
This is like Hitler cooked up in the bunker energy. Like, let's take on Obama right now. Like, you are fucking losing to a pandemic right now. You do not need to take on Barack Obama. Like, just keep it focused on Joe. Don't remind people that he has an Obama connection. But yeah,
no, because like also look, Obama is one of the most popular politicians in the country, maybe the most. All you're doing,
annoyingly
so, absolutely. But it's incredible. I mean, you're doing Biden a huge favor. Like, oh right, he was that guy that I liked vice president, and maybe people have been neurotically reading and they've been actually thinking to themselves, oh, wait, wasn't Obama the one that there was like an Ebola outbreak? And it seemed like he actually handled that pretty well. And wait a second, they're telling me that there was a pandemic preparedness thing that you got rid of in 2017 because I don't like to spend money wastefully. Oh, really? You don't like to spend money wastefully? You're spending all your time trying to like, you know, cut deals for your fucking kids. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
This is not good for him.
This is a time when the Trump version, if you do Trump Obama, is like Bushgate. It's Bushgate, folks. It's been going a lot.
It's been a long time.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been amazing. Dude, Obama would be the best president.
About Romney. Let's talk about Bushgate.
There isn't a real recession recovery. Well, a lot of people are talking about Bushgate. And you know, well, you won't write about it because you lie all the time. But I hope some people will write honestly about Bushgate. Crime of the century. Crime of the last century, too. Because not much time in this century, but there's a lot of time in the last century. Crime of both. A lot of people talking. I love that. A lot of people talk about Bushgate. And it was a cover-up, but you won't write about it because you're the fake news. You're fake white news. Fake white news. Miracle Whip news.
Miracle Whip news.
It's just like, oh, excuse me, President Obama, what exactly was that scandal? Well, it was the scandal everyone was talking about.
You know what it
is. Yeah, you know what it is. People that were doing real reporting. That's what he did. Like after that first debate that he fucked up with against Romney, like, were you disappointed with your performance last night? Well, I was disappointed with all the lies. I was disappointed that nobody asked a question about Bushgate. It's the reason people haven't. He starts blaming like his complete failure to protect people's housing wealth. It's like, you know, a lot of people are talking about like Hamp, why people can't keep their home values. It was Bushgate. But you want to blame me because you're fake news.
Yeah, you're fake news, Judith Miller.
Fake news. Yeah, he starts saying real stuff. It's like a lot of people say that you had sex with Gaddafi.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And that was
curveball. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's Bushgate, folks.
Yeah. Right. Could just be real.
Just real.
Sort of like
WMDs, where are those? Bushgate.
Yeah. These are the same people. Dick Cheney would sit off the record with Judith Miller and say a lie about WMDs in Iraq, then go and sit down with that fat fuck Tim Russert and repeat that an unknown source told Judith Miller about WMDs in Iraq. The unknown source was Dick Cheney. I mean, the whole thing's a joke.
Cheneygate. Next week,
Cheneygate. Cheneygate. Russertgate. Fake news. When you say Bush did 9/11, what exactly do you mean by that?
Yeah,
I mean,
they've had contracts with the Bin Laden family.
Yeah, in a certain sense.
In a certain way, it's structural.
I want to know the relationship between the Carlyle Group and the Bin Laden Group. Michael Moore didn't go far enough.
You just watched a Michael Brooks show video. Subscribe to get them all. Why wouldn't you? Don't be foolish. Click subscribe below and become a patron as well. Patreon.com/TMBS. Thanks, everybody.